So we know the issues, we know about energy, we know about the border, we know Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing. We know all that, we get all that. But why do this? Why do this here tonight with Legacy PAC? Because there's a whole lot of people who have the passion to save this country who need help getting off the ground.
The purpose of Legacy PAC is to save America. That's our mission. That's what we really want to do because America is worth saving.
I am by trade, I'm a cybersecurity engineer. Okay, so this is my first run in politics. We need more conservative Republicans standing up and fighting for the Constitution.
We're an America First PAC, and we want to promote and help our up-and-coming candidates, and we're going to be holding the line for President Trump.
I joined the Army at 17 years old. My first day at my first unit, which was 25th Infantry, was September 10th, 2001. So the next day was 9/11. And I spent about a total of a decade between Iraq and Afghanistan in country. So my country means everything to me. When I realized that if people like myself who don't want to be politicians don't start stepping up and taking these seats, that nothing's going to change, then I said, okay, I'll do it.
Who deserves to lead the people of this country more than those who serve this country? So I'm behind every one of them. So let's make sure we get more veterans into power. I'm all for it.
Remember why you're involved. We have to make sure people remain humble and not engage in self-glorification. You are here for one reason, and that is to save the country. Period. End of story.
And for those candidates who are looking uphill and wondering how, keep your head down, focus on the target, and outwork everybody. And I promise you, you're not gonna lose. You're either gonna win on election night or you change the game on election night. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much, Legacy PAC.
Thank you, Legacy PAC.
Under this administration, they have deliberately opened the border to fundamentally change the fabric of our country.
I'm Jared Craig with Legacy PAC. We are here at Eagle Pass, Texas, to bring attention to the border crisis, to educate the voters, the citizens of the United States, and the candidates running for federal office, the importance of a secure border.
And at Legacy PAC, we want to bring candidates here to the border to see it firsthand, because there is nothing like being here, seeing this. We saw women and children climbing over barbed wire. There is no reason why we cannot secure this border. There is no reason to keep this open. This is not humane. So we need to get Victor and all these other good America First candidates into office.
We at Legacy PAC depend on your donation and support to support these projects. We can't do it without you. So please go on to legacypac.org and show your support.
And Stan, where's Stan? Stan is with Veterans for Trump.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you all. We're honored. I know there are so many organizations represented here today.
We're sitting here too much. But you're going to do very well. And I just had somebody write down, first of all, James and Sarah Pritchard, thank you very much. Yes, great job. Thank you. We appreciate all the help. Stanley and Donna Fitzgerald.
Right here, sir.
Thank you very much. It's great. It's great that you're with us. Mike Acton.
Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald with Veterans for Trump and Legacy PAC. I'm here with my friend Blake Masters, who's running for Congress in Arizona. How are you, Blake?
Doing great, Stan. Great to be with you. Thank you.
And I need to do what you're doing and get in my steps because I've gained too much weight, but I will get on it. Blake, for people who don't know you, can you please go through your background a little bit?
Yeah, I grew up in Arizona. My parents each owned small businesses, so I was reading, Ayn Rand and Milton Friedman and all that stuff in high school. I've always been very pro-market, pro-liberty, pro-entrepreneurship. I went out to Stanford Law School for college and so-called higher education. Got a law degree, but then I spent the first part of my career in California. I was a technology investor, investing in startups, some you've heard of, Airbnb, SpaceX, stuff like that, and a bunch of other cool technology companies. And so I learned a lot there. But I was also really honored to get involved in President, then elect Donald Trump's transition team in 2016 when he beat Hillary Clinton. I was just so grateful because I thought he really did save the country. But then he had a great administration too. And I got to play a small role in the transition, trying to help hire and staff his initial administration. And so I learned a lot about politics. That was the hardcore political education that I got. A couple years later, when my wife and I moved back home to Arizona, I had the opportunity to run for Senate. So I ran for the U.S. Senate last year against incumbent Mark Kelly. Brutal cycle nationwide for Republicans. I didn't get across the finish line first on that one, but I learned a lot. I had a great time. And now I'm thrilled to be back in the saddle campaigning for Arizona's Congressional District 8, trying to succeed Congresswoman Debbie Lesko, who's retiring. So I'm a family man, entrepreneur, businessman, but I think it makes sense to put the business career on hold to dive in to help make sure that we can implement the Trump agenda when he takes the White House back in January 2025.
Fantastic. And Blake, what are some of the specific issues you'll be working on as a member of Congress in Arizona's 8?
You know, probably the first and foremost that comes to mind is the border, this crazy open border. And I have to remind people, this is a policy choice. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris chose to open the border. It wasn't perfect 4 or 5 years ago, but it was pretty darn good. And it turns out when you let our brave men and women of Border Patrol do their jobs, they'll do it. They want to work hard. They're awesome. They're so brave. And they'll protect us. But when you hamstring them, when Biden passes these crazy policies that don't let Border Patrol actually stop and detain people, that don't let Border Patrol actually keep our border safe, you just have chaos. You've got millions of illegal aliens coming in every year. And it's, you know, the fence and all, like, we could go on and on, but just the open border needs to stop. That's number one. Number two is inflation and the crazy Joe Biden mismanagement of the economy. I wasn't around for the Jimmy Carter administration, but I'm told it was quite bad. My study of history tells me it's quite bad, and we're kind of about to relive it here. Biden is just so incompetent. Interest rates are going through the roof. Real wage growth has all disappeared. It was great under Trump, and now it's not, right? They've surrendered our energy independence, so we got to get our economy humming again. And then, man, there's so many issues, but one that is really near and dear to my heart is taking care of our veterans. I think Trump was really, really solid on this. Biden has reversed a lot of those pro-Trump policies. It used to be if you were a vet and you couldn't get a certain appointment in the VA, you know, within a certain amount of time, like 30 days. Well, a Trump era rule allowed you to go and seek private medical care, you know, fully paid for, fully reimbursed, so that you weren't delayed in getting the care that you needed. It's just pro-veteran. That's not even Republican or Democrat. That's just pro-veteran. Biden, one of the first things the Biden administration did is wipe that regulation away, which hurts our veterans, but they just wanted to get rid of all Trump regulations. And that shows the contrast here. So I want to take care of our vets. My grandfather was a World War II vet, lost his leg due to an infection that he picked up over there. I grew up watching him struggle with the VA. And so we need to make sure that the VA is delivering the best world-class healthcare to all of our service members and all of our veterans.
Blake, thank you for making me feel old about Jimmy Carter. So the country is watching indictments unfold, trials unfold. Friends of mine in Georgia facing the same indictments as the president. What is your take on all this?
It's really scary. I mean, I oscillate between being really angry and really scared, frankly, for the future of our country. It's a banana republic type government that Biden is pushing on us. This weaponization of the DOJ. You've kind of never seen anything like it in America. Of course, we have seen a lot like it throughout the world. Totalitarianisms always persecute political enemies. And that's what this looks like, even to people who don't like Trump, by the way. You talk to some of the squishy Republicans, right? They're like, oh, we like his policies, we don't like it. Even they know that this is just BS. The Dems are only going after Trump because they're scared that they can't beat him at the ballot box. And you know what? I think they're right. They can't beat him at the ballot box. But I think it's unconstitutional. It's certainly un-American. They're trying to take him off the ballot in Georgia, in Colorado, because they know Biden is blowing it so badly, and the Trump administration was such a success. They know that if Trump is on the ballot, they're going to lose in 2024. So I agree with the president when he says if they succeed in taking him off the ballot, or if they succeed in like locking him up with all these BS prosecutions, I don't think we have a country anymore. And so I think 2024, this might be the last election that we ever have if it goes the wrong way. So we have to fight against this. I actually think it's tyranny, and that's not too strong of a word to describe what's happening.
No, it's not. And Blake, can you tell our viewers and people across the country how they could get to your website to support us, to support you?
Absolutely. Thank you, Stan. It's very simple. Just go to blakemasters.com. I know it's tough in the Biden economy, but if you can contribute, volunteer, all the stuff adds up, and this is a grassroots powered campaign. So really appreciate it. Just go to blakemasters.com.
Blake, I am in a position to announce today that our board has reviewed your candidacy. You were Trump endorsed for Senate last cycle. We endorsed you. You support the president. You're pushing back on this banana republic persecution. You support our veterans, and one of our main causes at Veterans for Trump is securing the border. So I can announce we have endorsed you for this cycle, and we're going to help you get this seat.
Amazing.
So thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, dude.
You're welcome. You're breaking up a little bit. It held out to the last minute. Now we're losing you. So I'll say goodbye now. And we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Stan. I'm honored. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.